Yeah, hi everyone, welcome to Emsley Lodge for another week. A bit of a funny sort of week this week. We drove all the way to Edenap on the weekend, got up there and they called the races off because there's a hole in the track. So that was a bit of a hassle. We went up there and had some lunch and drove home. So anyway, we'll find another race for that or somewhere next week. I've been down in the Adelaide sales the last couple of days and we bought a really nice capitalist colt there, which I'll show you a little bit later. But that's pretty, I thought it was pretty good buying, so that was a good result. What else we have? A couple of meetings washed out through the week, which is a little bit of a drama, but we got to run Miletus at Sandown on Wednesday, and I thought he went great. You know, it's his second crack at the 2400 now, and he relaxed a lot better, and then was really strong late. Only another couple of hops, and he probably wins. So there's another race exactly the same as that in 2 weeks' time. So he'll probably go to that, and obviously on his run yesterday, he's going to be pretty right around about the market, pretty hard to beat. So it's good that horse. He showed us a lot as a 3-year-old, and we took him to the Derby in South Australia and sort of knocked him around a fair bit, and it's sort of taken him a fair while to get back to his form. But I just thought yesterday's probably just sort of shows that ability, that he's a genuine city grade horse, that sort of the ability's still there, which is good, and the will to win is still there, which is good. So yeah, he'll go round at Sandown in a couple of weeks' time. Hope he can put his head in front. Young Hostess, I've got her in at Terang tomorrow. She, the 1850 looks ideal for her second up. She went raced at Bendigo the other day and was out on a heavy track, and it's at the moment it's a heavy 8. So, but it's going to be a fine day today and a fine day tomorrow. So hopefully we get an upgrade. If it's a slow 6, I'll definitely run her. But if it's a heavy track, we might have to find another race for her somewhere. But she was good the other day. She just didn't go a yard on a real genuine heavy track at Bendigo. But I think she's in for a pretty good prep. Rapid the way she's working, she's carrying herself really good, lovely and sound. She's raced well at this track and distance before. So hoping to sort of get a nice little suck up in behind them and be nice and strong late. Yeah, Deploy and Destroy goes to Geelong Saturday, 1700 should suit. He's just had a little bit of time between runs. He just pulled up a bit rough after his last start, and but he seems to have come through good. I really liked his work this morning. It was nice and strong, so he'll get his chance. The 1700 at Geelong should be okay. They'll jump out, they'll run along, then they'll steady right up. So he should be give him every chance to sort of travel up in behind them and then be really strong later. I've been sort of running him on tight tracks, and I don't know if he's been getting around them all that well. So go to a nice big open track like Geelong, we can just be riding patiently and then have him hitting the line late. Big Zippity Zoo Star will go to Geelong on Saturday. He went fair first up. I was probably a little bit, maybe I wouldn't say disappointed, but I thought he might have just hit the line a bit harder. A couple of days after his run, he came up in like a little foot abscess, so whether it affected him, I'm not sure. But so he's had a couple of weeks sort of just going quiet, worked up beautifully through the week, so he's ready to go back to the races. So I was sort of almost starting again this prep with him, but a big 1400 metres on a big track, I think that should suit him down the ground. So he should just jump out, ride him off the speed, and hopefully hitting the line nice and strong. Foxy Star, I'll take him to Geelong on Saturday. I think the 1100 suits him right down to the ground. The 1000 metre seems to be too fast for him. The 1200 seems to be, he travels too close. So I think the 1100 is the ideal. Big track like Geelong, the way he's been racing, sort of jumping out, sitting off and getting home nice and strong. And I think he's galloping really nice and relaxed. He's not going hard now. His attitude towards things is really good. And even he's always been a bit of an ears back horse, where he seems like his temperament seems really good. So really keen to sort of take him to the races, and also getting back down to 0 to 58 grade rather than that benchmark stuff. So it'll be Foxy Star on Saturday at Geelong. Big Diamond Luke, he'll go to Yarra Glen on Sunday. Had him in the other day, and they track ended up coming up a heavy 10, so we took him out. So he seems to be going great. I can't wait to get him to the races. I think he's galloping here really, really strong. He's going to be in the right sort of grade and get the right sort of run. So just needs to get to the races. So Yarra Glen looks pretty good for him. Not 100% sure how he'll get around a real tight track, but he got around Ararat pretty good. So I prefer to keep him on a big track. But there's a little bit limited for races for him at the moment, so we'll see how we go Sunday. But he's going really well. He'll be more than competitive, no doubt.
Yeah, g'day guys. This week's horse is a horse called Come Along Jeffrey. Got him as a tried horse, and when we first sort of got him, he's quite a difficult horse to train, as far as just he was a quiet horse, but to ride he was certainly quite difficult. He'd want to whip around and duck off the track and buck, and he was like a young horse that had barely been broken in. So this time, it brought him back this time in. Seems a lot more relaxed. He seems pretty good. Just going to probably try and ride him a little bit more if he allows us to. But yeah, no, hopefully so far he seems pretty good. But last time in, we probably a little bit disappointed he didn't win a race. He had 4 cracks at sort of a maiden, and he was around the mark and he ran some really good races. But since then, there has been a fair bit of form come out of the races. So maybe we were sort of a little bit tough on him as far as on race day, that we were disappointed that he got beat. But he's raced by a really good client of ours, and I'd love nothing more than this horse to be able to put a couple of wins together this prep, and I certainly think he's got the ability to do so.
What an appropriate intro for big jobs on All-Star weekend. You must have been wondering where I was last week. Well, Hollywood was calling. So the big news is that Big Jobs has made his way onto the Hollywood Boulevard and has his very own star, with the likes of Tom Hanks, Sandra Bullock, Frank Sinatra. I did it my way. Well, Big Jobs does it his way. So that was pretty exciting. The people coming from everywhere, they were loving it. Yeah, so that was pretty exciting. So that's another accolade for Big Jobs, and which you can all appreciate. Going back to the All-Stars, All-Star Mile weekend, got a tip for you guys: pinstriped. That's the way I wear my suits, so I think that will get up for you. Cheers guys, have a good weekend.
That's it for another week at Emsley Lodge. Thanks for watching. How about Big Jobs, eh? That's what I've got to deal with. People don't appreciate what I've got to deal with every day. What did he tip? I think he's tipped pinstripe, which is a little bit interesting, because the colt that we bought in Adelaide, the capitalist colt, he's actually, his mum and Pinstripe's mum are full sisters, so he's very closely related to Pinstripe. So anyway, hopefully that goes really well. What do we got? Pink Angels race day Saturday, so really looking forward to that. Got a couple of runners on the day, so it'd be fantastic if they perform well. It's actually St Pat's Cup day as well, so massive day racing at Geelong on Saturday, so really looking forward to that. We'll have a couple of runners there, and probably have maybe one runner at Yarra Glen on Sunday as well, and then we might take a couple of the trials next Tuesday, so we're sort of really busy as well. So but really looking forward to Saturday. Well done to Wendy Boddington and co with the Pink Angels race day. It's always a great day, and no doubt Saturday will be the same. Until next week, see you later.
What an appropriate people coming from all sorts of territory.